Good afternoon. I hope everyone's doing well today. I just want to take a moment and make a video presentation on this pistol I picked up. Now, this is the Beretta APX carry, chambered in 9x19. And before we get started, I do want to say that nothing I say in this video is by any means a recommendation or should be construed as such. I'm not being paid by anybody. I did purchase this firearm myself with my own funds. So just a quick disclaimer, let's get into the gun. Okay, now let's take a little bit closer look at the gun itself. I did purchase the Beretta this past weekend, and so far I've fired a little over 100 rounds through it, give or take. There's several good things that I do really like about this firearm. I do have a couple of gripes that I'll address, but let me get into the high points first. So to begin with, it's a very sleek design. Of course, it is a single stack, so pretty thin. I do really like the texturing here, and also some people don't care for it, but I also like this slide design. This would probably lend itself well to if you were in a situation where grip might be limited. You could bring the gun into battery if necessary. It might help you clear a malfunction. I can see where that would be applicable. I think that is a cool design. Getting into it, on the magazine release that is reversible, that does come out and flip back around, so if you needed to optimize it for a left-handed shooter, you do have that option. Disassembly wise, one thing I would like to point out, it does have a striker. I guess you call that a drop, so you don't need to pull the trigger. Okay, and while we're on the subject of the trigger, one thing I would like to bring up that I do rather like about the APX, it does come equipped with a trigger safety. So in order for this gun to be fired, this trigger safety here in the front needs to be depressed. I do like that. Several guns have implemented it. I really think it's a nice touch for Beretta to go ahead and pick that up as well. And while I'm on the subject of the trigger, pretty clean. Not too bad. There is a little bit of travel and creep there, but it does break evenly. And of course, being a striker fire gun, it is not second strike capable, so just be aware of that. Okay, next I want to talk about the capacity. As far as I'm aware, all the APX carries ship with 2 magazines. You have one with an extended base plate that gives you capacity of 8+1, and then you have a more flush-fitting magazine that gives you a 6+1. Capacity is okay. I would like to see a little bit more, especially now that these guns have to compete with offerings such as the SIG P365 and the Springfield Hellcat, which both carry, I think, 10+1 in their standard magazine. I'd have to look into that. I don't remember off the top of my head, but magazine capacity is a little short compared to some of the other offerings on the market, like I mentioned. Okay, lighting is getting a little bit limited. The sun is going down. I would like to talk about the sights, and if I can bring it into focus, I'll show you what I'm talking about. The sights on the APX are functional, but they're nothing special. So we have in the front just a white dot and then a back blade. These sights do work. I have no trouble getting decent hits out of them. My groupings are fine. However, personally, I do prefer night sights on all my carry guns. Okay, now that I've done a quick overview of the gun, I would like to get into my complaints so far. As I mentioned earlier, I've shot a little over 100 rounds, and the ammunition that I've been using has been this Federal 115 grain FMJ. So it's just standard range ammo, standard pressure, nothing special in this department. And out of those 100 rounds, I have had 3 failures to feed from the magazine at random intervals. For a carry gun, in my opinion, that is too high of a failure rate. I'm going to continue to shoot the gun to see if I can get it to break in and bring the reliability up. But out of a modern handgun, that is a higher failure rate than I would expect. Another issue that I'm having, in order to get this gun to lock open, I have to manually push up on the slide lock. The gun no longer wants to lock up on the magazine, and it no longer wants to lock open on the final shot. So if I try to cock it or lock it back now, won't do it. With all that having been said, I would like to thank everyone that took the time to view this video. Any feedback you can provide would be great. Not a professional shooter, certainly not a professional video maker. Just a guy that likes to carry a gun, likes to shoot guns, and exercise my Second Amendment right as much as anybody else. Everybody be sure to be safe out there, and if you have any questions, comments, love to hear them. If you'd like me to look at something else, might entertain it, may do it in the future. Thank you.